Shalom, Israel. I hope everyone has a great day. I'm making this video because I'm really sick and tired. I've been sick and tired a long time of black people, Hebrews, always talking about their brothers and sisters. Always talking about why we do this, we don't know how to do this, we act like this. They always talk about that and look at what the effect is, but don't look at the cause and why we act the way we act and we do the things we do. And I'm just so tired of always hearing us talk about us. Yes, we messed up. Yes, a lot of us don't know how to act, but it's a reason for that. And I'm tired of hearing us constantly talk about one another without asking ourselves why. How did we get in this situation? How did we become at the bottom of wherever we are in the world? How did every other race get over top of us? Why we can't get along? Why we killing each other? We like to complain, and you're right, we do. Man, we be killing one another. We don't talk about that. We be killing one another. We need to discuss the black on black crime, but why are we having the black on black crime? I mean, when you read the Bible, the so-called Old Testament, there ain't nothing old about it. It's the word of the Most High, and it's our history, because his word don't change, so there wasn't no need for nothing new. But anyway, but the Most High said, okay, y'all want to disobey me? Y'all don't want to listen? I keep giving y'all chance after chance. I'm long suffering now, but gotta whoop y'all. And in order to whoop y'all, I'm gonna whoop y'all in multiple ways. So yeah, black on black crime, yeah, that's a problem within our community, but why? Why? Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, which is the Most High, the Creator, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curse. Y'all gonna hate each other. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Because you know what? We used to be loving each other. What's up, bro? You good? You need something I got? Hey, come. Hey, we go to a town. Hey, come stay with me, bro. Man, now come stay with me. Now, sister, come stay with me. Come stay with me and my family. Let me feed you. Let me house you. Let me take care of you. You got yeah, bring everything. I got you. That the man tender among you is I shall be evil towards his brother. Now we be mean mugging each other, don't we? And toward the wife of his bosom. And we be having baby mama dramas, and relationship problems. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. They say black man don't want to be leaving his kids. Why is that? That's why. Because the Most High said, I got something for y'all. I got several things for y'all. Since y'all want to disrespect me and don't want to do what I tell you to do, this is what's going to happen. So this is why we treat each other this way. This is why we mean mug each other for nothing when we don't see him. You speak, what up, bro? That nigga speaking to. That's why. We ain't always been this way with one another, but we this way now because the Most High said, okay, I got y'all. I'm tired of hearing, well, black businesses don't work. I try to go to them. I try to give our people a chance, but they don't know how to act. Customer service is bad. They don't appreciate your business. Don't know how to do business. Then if you're a business owner, man, my business just won't work. Damn, it won't work. Deuteronomy 28:29. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. That's one of those curses where the Most High said, if y'all don't listen to me and follow my law, statutes, and commandments, these things gonna happen to y'all. And it's only gonna happen to you all. So you all that know, y'all the children of Israel. That's why it says it's gonna be upon y'all for a sign. Oh, I'm gonna get to that later. But that's why black businesses don't work. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Now, that don't mean we ain't gonna have no house, no food, no, you know what I'm saying? Some businesses some of our businesses are gonna be successful. But we are a collective family. Regardless of how much y'all try to individualize one another, we are a collective family, so we get judged as a family. Our problem is some of us have some success, and we be like, cool, we ain't gonna worry about the rest of it. Nope. But that's why though. People are always taking from us. You know, we've invented a lot. We've invented a lot of things. But people are always taking for us. Taking our money, took our land, our ideas, our culture. They're always taking from us. Think about it. They are now. People are always taking for us. Deuteronomy 28 and 29. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. 28 and 33. Thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. Which means the Most High says the only thing that's going to happen to y'all until I save y'all is y'all going to be oppressed. He says only oppressed and spoiled evermore. Spoiled mean people taken from you. That's when they're pirates or you go to war and they say the spoils of war, spoiled, taken from. He says that's all that's going to happen. Only oppressed and spoiled evermore. So the Most High said, because y'all don't want to listen to me and worship me only and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and this covenant that I made with your fathers, okay, this is what's going to happen to y'all. Y'all only going to be oppressed and spoiled evermore. I mean, they're always going to take from us until the Most High says, okay, time is up. Because the time is going to be up. Man, our black leaders always getting killed. They raise up a leader, they get killed, man. Dang. But most of our leaders are controlled opposition, so they really ain't for us anyway. But our leaders are always getting killed. Every time somebody pop up, they get killed. Somebody come and try to really speak some truth and try to galvanize us and unite us, they get killed. Deuteronomy 28 and 29. And no man shall save thee, because no man shall save us. There is no Savior but the Most High, and he's supernatural. He's not a man. Because he does this, and everything goes according to this and what he speaks out of his mouth. No man shall save thee. So that's why we don't have any leaders that can come up and bring all of us together. Nope, no man shall save thee. That's why if anybody does something great, the Most High should always get the credit. No man shall save thee. That's what he says. Man, people always be laughing at how we talk and act and dress. Now, they are jealous of us now. Because we are them folks. We got rhythm, we got style, we got swagger, we got that spirit of the Most High. But you know, a lot of us, man, we're still walking around here with our pants off our ass and our ass all out. Walking around with, not dressing appropriately. People look at us and just, God dang. Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. The Most High led us into this captivity around the world. But he said we were going to become an astonishment. They'd be like, dang, look how they act. Look how they dress. Did they just, look what they be doing. Damn. An astonishment. A proverb. Won't have some from black men. Black people put it in the book. A lot of us read. That's a damn lie. And a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. The Most High said we was going to become all. That's what he doing to us. You know what a byword is? We don't call ourselves Hebrews. We don't call ourselves Israelites, which is who we truly are. We call ourselves black, African American, Jamaican, Dominican, Canadian American, French American, Kemetic, all these things, bywords, Negroes, colored, Afro-American, colored people. And all those countries in Africa, well, a lot of the Israelites still are. They just call themselves about Kenyans, Ghanaians. Those are bywords. Scattered, because we're scattered. He said, we're going to become a byword among all the nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Now we give these other nations too much credit. Oh man, they put us into captivity. They were strong. No, the Most High led us in all these places because He know where we are. That's why He said, "I'm gonna gather y'all." But He did that. But He said we was gonna become an astonishment. People gonna be like, "Damn, look how they act." Ooh, an astonishment. And a byword, because we are bywords. Some of us call ourselves Egyptians. We're Egyptians. They were black people. But they weren't us. But I understand why they do that, because the Most High also said we was going to discontinue from our heritage. Jeremiah 17:4. It was going to be in a deep sleep. Isaiah 29:10. So I understand why a lot of us say we Egyptians, because Egyptians, you read about Egyptians. You hear about them. You don't hear about the Israelites. Byword and astonishment. Man. All the other nations stick together. They get to get businesses and business loans and opportunities. Man, all these other nations, man, which nations are races, let's say races. All these other races, they stick together. They get all kinds of some of them get reparations. We don't get nothing. God dang, bro. That's what I hear. That's what they say. We don't get nothing, but we don't. But that's what it is. Man, everybody come over here and get to open up businesses in our communities. Cause what happens is they get loans to come up, but they tell them this is where you got to open your businesses. See, everybody get a lane. Everybody get a piece of the children of Israel. That's why when you go in our communities, I don't care where it is across the country, you got the same nations of people owning the same kind of things. Because that's the lane they get. That's the piece of the pie the children of Israel you get. So stay in that lane now. But we don't get nothing. They get loans. They get money. Then they come over and look at us. Why y'all can't do this? Because we don't get the loans that they get. We don't get the opportunities that they get. It don't happen. But all the other nations, they do. Then we look at them like, God damn, look at the progress they get to make. Most of the time they amongst us. But they ain't investing no money in our community with us now. But we'll go get them our money, but they don't spend it with us. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. There are a lot of strangers within us. We're not within them. They're within us. Because, just to start I don't want to start, that's a whole nother conversation. But, this is our land. We the originals of the land over here too. But that's another conversation. Because when the Most High scattered the children of Israel, we were already over here. Then some of us came over here into slavery. Those still were our brothers and sisters, though. That's why I laugh when I hear that. They be like, y'all, obviously y'all not reading and y'all not studying. We are original to the land right here. All this land, we were already here. Then some of us came over in captivity. Remember, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin were taken on the slave ships. That's why when you read the history, you read stuff like what I got. Let me see. When you read the history of us, I call these are just a whole thick Hebrew revolts. Our people have always fight back. See, these are articles that I read. East St. Louis race ride, things like that. Opalasa, when I read them, it'll tell you that slaves on plantation in America, they will fight back. And a lot of times they will escape and go to the land of the free blacks, the ones who were already free because they were already here. And a lot of times those free blacks would help the slaves that escaped from the slave plantation. That's really why the slavers were always outnumbered, because there was plenty more free blacks around than it was in slavery. But if you just read and research, it'll tell you that. That's why McCaskey said, go back to Africa. Like, why they don't listen to nobody that tell you that. because that ain't necessarily the case. Some of us are from over there, but a lot of us were already over here. So this is our land. So don't tell nobody to go back. Tell you to go back. And there are older there are older pyramids and mounds and all that Egyptian stuff over here way more than it is over there. That's what I keep saying. Like corn is mentioned almost 100 times in the Bible. Corn is native to here. It ain't native to Africa. We get snow over here. It talks about snow in the Bible. They don't get snow over there. Gopher wood is found, that they say Noah made the ark, is found in Florida over here, not over there. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But that's what it is. The stranger that is within thee, that's why everybody able to come up and get loans and we don't get nothing. Because the Most High said, I'm going to bring y'all low. Because we used to be up here. Remember Deuteronomy 7:6? Y'all are above all people on the face of the earth. Now, spiritually and physically, that's still the same. But financially, you're like, no, I'm going to bring y'all down low. That's why. Another thing out here, man, we don't own nothing. We got to go to them for everything, bro. We don't own nothing. We got to own little businesses, but we don't own nothing. We don't own no water plants. We don't own no electricity plants. We don't own no gas fields. We don't own none of that, man. We don't own that. Because those are the resources we need, right? And that's what, man, we don't own that. We don't own nothing. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. The Most High said we're going to have to go to the enemy for everything. And they ain't send themselves against us, which the Lord Most High shall send against thee. He sends all these nations / races against us. This is his doing because of what we did. So he said, y'all gonna go to them for everything. Y'all ain't gonna own none of that stuff. So you can say you own the house, but you don't own the land. You better pay them taxes. How many of us own power plants? Water free, but they got us paying for it. Electricity is free, but they got us paying for it. How many of us, not a clothing line, but the clothing company? How many of us own that? Shoe companies, how many of us own that? So he said, I'm gonna make y'all go to the enemy for everything. In want of all things. Everything. That the Lord shall send against thee. The Most High doing this because of what we did. Because we don't want to listen to him. We want to be hard-headed. We want to be stuck in idolatry. And I keep telling y'all idol worshipers, there was no idol there with the Most High when he made this deal with us. It was just him and us. Black men and black women can't get along. Man, they can't get along. We can't get along. Black men don't know how to, forget them. And on the other side, black women don't know how to act. They talk too much. Yada, yada, yada. Always at one another. Now, let me tell you. When I say black, I'm talking about us, Hebrews, Israelites. Now, when I say that now, I don't, because I know plenty of me and my wife been together since I was 13. She about as black as they come. Well, we the same skin color, but you know what I mean. So, I know plenty of strong black couples. But what's the word? That's what they say. They don't get along. And I hear them. They be all on social media. Black women talking about black men talking about black women. And you want to go do something else, so that's cool. But you got to deal with the Most High with that. But it's the reason why we be at each other's head like that. Deuteronomy 28:56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Our women used to be so delicate, and majority of them still are, and tender, and thought so highly of themselves, they didn't even want the sole of their feet to hit the ground. And that's how we treated them, with respect and that kind of love. But the Most High said, nope. It's one of these situations I'm gonna put y'all in. Her eye gonna be evil towards her husband. So that's why when you see us going at each other, that's why. And a lot of times, kids too, they be like, forget them kids. It ain't just the most on Deuteronomy 28:54 that the men gonna lead the kids. They said a lot of women gonna be like, man, forget them kids. I got my own life to live. And a lot of the younger generations, mothers say that. I got my own life to live. Forget them kids. That's why though. We ain't always been this way. So when I hear us complaining about this is why. This is the doing of the Most High because of what we did, and we still doing it. Black people suffer with all kinds of disease, man. Heart disease, high blood pressure, all this old stuff, diabetes. Man, it's on us. It's on us, right? It's on, all these other diseases don't nobody else have to deal with. Dang, bro. Deuteronomy 28:61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, which the Most High gave Moses, the law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book. I ain't seen the book. I wish I did, but I wonder if it had high blood pressure and diabetes and all this stuff in there. Sickle cell and all that other stuff that we suffer from more than anybody else. Only us. That's why. Hypertension, that's why. Most High doing it. So when they complain, this is the why. This is why. Man, black people, man, we fear for our lives all day, every day. It's only us, man. It's only us. Man, dang, bro. We fear for our lives all day, every day. Whether we got to worry about one of us putting a bullet in us, whether we got to worry about the police putting the bullet, you know what I'm saying? We fear for our lives all day, every day. Deuteronomy 28:65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Now you ain't gonna be comfortable now. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning. That's why the Most High said, all these nations I'm finna scatter y'all too. Who gonna be amongst y'all? I'm gonna give y'all a trembling heart and a sorrow of mind and failing in eyes, and your life gonna hang in doubt. When you wake up in the morning, you're gonna be like, God dang, I wish it was evening. That means I'd have made it through the day safely. Then when evening hits, you're gonna be like, God dang, I wish it was morning. That means I made it through the night with my life. That's why we fear for our lives all day, every day. Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he command thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. The Most High said, y'all gonna be the only ones that's gonna go through this stuff. Now Moses didn't tell them that, and it's gonna be upon them for a sign and a wonder, and for y'all seed forever, because I'm gonna make y'all forget who y'all are. Jeremiah 17:4. Isaiah 29:10, and put them in a deep sleep. They're gonna forget who they are. But when they open up this book of the law, and they say, God dang, these curses only they happen to us. But they call us other. No, he gonna say this is because it's for a sign and a wonder. So we'll know who we are. And we'll know who's doing this to us. That's when I see these camps and all these other dudes, they want to bring all these other races, nations of people into us. See, we always want to give our blessing and our heritage away. And they'll sit right at there and tell you, oh, Israelites ain't Negroes. How so, bro? Really? Every black person I know that got 10, 11, 12, 13 kids, they all look the same. But then they don't want to listen to where they get that from. When the person they got that from said they was trying to bring all them other races in because they were trying to increase their numbers and get money like the church. See, we always want to bring other people in, but they don't want to bring us into them. I don't know. No, I don't know any other race of people that have to deal with this. Just us. But they'll put their arm around you and say, "Yeah, man, these are people," and they try to tell you that these are what the tribes are in the world, which is a damn lie. The Most High scattered us, and we mixed all up. He ain't sent Levi over here, Judah over here, just this little area. Issachar is over there. Gad is over there. Asher is over there. So I know where all the tribes are. No, it's confusing because the Most High said he was going to place confusion over us. So don't believe them dudes when they say that, when they teaching you that. It ain't in the word nowhere what they talking about. Because they ain't reading history. They not following history. Because the first Europeans were Negroes. That's why when I see them, these Ancestry.com, oh, I'm 28% Negro. What? Europeans, the first Europeans were Negroes. But they make them think they something else. It says I'm 50% Asian. The first Asians were Negroes. It ain't me making it up. You can just look it up. But I ain't going to argue with him because the Most High is going to figure it. I mean, he's going to sort it out and let you know exactly everything that what it is. So when y'all out there, them camps, y'all out there lying to people, you got them in idolatry. Then you got all these other nations amongst y'all saying, these are our brothers. These are our sisters. Okay. Deal with the Most High. I ain't finna argue with you because you got to deal with them. But he said all these curses and stuff, they're going to be for y'all for a sign and a wonder. Y'all going to be the only ones that go through it. It's going to be y'all. Israel. Hebrews. Well, it's a lot of Hebrews. Israel. Because, Abraham had a lot of sons. So if you're from Abraham, you're a Hebrew. But you got to be from Jacob to be an Israel. Well, y'all know that. Man, black people can't get along. We're not unified at all. Exactly. We're not. Hence what I'm saying right now. These camp leaders and other dude teaching all this madness, this idolatry, which is the reason why we in this situation. But we can't get along. We fractured, man. We ain't unified at all. Zechariah, Zechariah, Zechariah 11 and 14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I may break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. The Most High said he was going to break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. That's why we don't get along. That's why we ain't unified. That's why we always at each other's neck. Always. Can't nobody bring us together but him. So all this consternation that we have, and it ain't gonna end till the Most High ends it. 1 Kings 12 and 19. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it's still to this day. Because Israel rebelled against the house of David back then. Remember Jeroboam and Rehoboam? They didn't want to be under the house of David. But all that was the doing of the Most High, because he said he was going to break us up because we hard-headed. Israel rebelled against the house of David then. That ain't stopped to this day. Because the house of David, they was with Judah. David is from Judah. But when they're like, nah, we ain't got nothing to do with David and Solomon anyway. That's cool. But remember, that doing was of the Most High. Solomon was all disrespectful to the Most High, marrying all those strange women, which we still do to this day. We be like, no, he transgressed. It ain't that they was pagans. The Most High said of all these races of people who the Most High said do not go into, Solomon did. It didn't say because of this is what they were. He said don't do it. But the Most High said I'm gonna split them up. So remember Rehoboam, Solomon's son, took over. The Israelites like, we want Jeroboam. Well, Jeroboam was fucking horrible. But that's why black people ain't unified, can't get along. That's why. Isaiah 9:21. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah. Manasseh and Ephraim, Joseph's sons, twins, which represents Israel, which represents the northern kingdom. Together they should be against Judah, which represents the southern kingdom. That's another thing. Like when cats trying to tell with the Levites all over here in Haiti. For real, bro? That's where they are, huh? So Levites didn't live amongst every tribe. So when they were taken into captivity, they said, "Oh, yeah, that's who I am. We sending y'all all y'all over there." But if you sold this property, you go to the highest buyer, wherever they are, right? Yeah. But that means the northern kingdom shall be against the southern kingdom. And that's what we are. That's why we don't get along. That's why we ain't unified. That's why. Man, these black kids so damn disrespectful. That's what I hear now. That's what a lot of us say. Man, black kids so goddamn, they so disrespectful, man. Dang, bro. They ain't got no respect for anybody. Themselves, you, old people, nothing. Isaiah 3:5. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. That's what Isaiah was prophesying. Child ain't gonna have no respect for his elders. All this is doing of the Most High. And the base against the honorable. The base means wicked, sorry ass people. They're gonna be disrespectful to ones who trying to be honorable. And the only way to be honorable is to worship and serve the Most High only. And follow his laws, statutes, and commandments and live according to how he tells us to live. But the base is going to be disrespectful towards the honorable. And the child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. That's what Isaiah is talking about. Child ain't going to have no respect. Proud, man. Shut up talking to me. That's what they be. You can't tell me nothing. It's a price to pay for that, though. Man, you know what? Black people be the main. We be the main. Well, like that's that black on black crime we was talking about. Be the main ones killing and oppressing one another. We be the main ones stealing from one another. We don't go on and we don't really go in other neighborhoods and do all that murdering. We don't. We do it amongst one another. All that stealing and burglarizing. We do it amongst one another. We have to watch out for one another when we go out, which is horrible, but we have to. Also Isaiah 3:5. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. We talk about us now. Everyone by another. It's your brother. Everyone by his neighbor, your brother that lives close to you. Because when you read the word, when it says, love thy neighbor as thyself, the neighbor they're talking about in the word are other Israelites. Your brother and your sister, they're talking about other Israelites. That's what the word means. That's what it means by neighbor. Because the Most High said he was going to bring everybody else against us as enemies. As his whooping tool. And he doing it. So that's why we be the main ones robbing and killing one another. So when we complain about it, this is why. This is doing of the Most High. We keep talking about the effect, but don't talk about the cause. That's the cause. The Most High said, if y'all don't hearken to my laws, statutes, and commandments, tell them Moses, this is what's going to happen to them. And this is what's happening to us. Man, a lot of our queens, our black women be half naked, bro. They don't mind about showing their bodies. They don't. It ain't nothing to the imagination. Walk around half naked all the time. On Instagram, just showing everything. That's all they do. Twerk, twerk, booty, booty, pop, pop. Which our sisters have beautiful bodies, which the Most High gave them. Now, I can go to the doctor and get some things now, but that's on them and the Most High. That beautiful melanin that the Most High made gorgeous. Can't no other nation, race of people compare to you. But to be half naked. Showing even What the Most High gave them naturally or unnaturally, like I said, you go to the doctor and do all them add-ons, which you ain't supposed to do that, but that's between you and the Most High. But a lot of our women do. They don't mind being half naked or fully naked, and don't mind who sees it. Isaiah 3:16. Isaiah 3:16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. 17. The Lord will discover their secret parts. That's what that means. That's why we had our beautiful, gorgeous sisters have no shame about showing their bodies. That's from the Most High. The Lord will discover their secret parts, uncover their secret parts. That's why. And it's a reason for that. Hard-headedness, man. Hard-headedness got us this way. Idolatry got us in this situation. Not wanting to listen got us in this situation. What else they said? Man, a lot of women, black women lose their hair. They go bald. Suffer from baldness. They wear the weave, they wear the wigs. They lose their hair, man. Isaiah 3:17. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. 24. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. That's why that happens. This happens to a lot of our women. That doing is of the Most High. Man, what you mean, man? I'm an Egyptian. I'm Kemetic. African, bruh. You know what I'm saying? What you mean? What you talking about, bruh? Who Israelites? Who are them? Who are they? Never heard of no Israelites. Nobody talk about the Israelites, do it. Nobody talk about the children of Israel. Nope. We don't know who we are. Nobody talk about it. So that's why a lot of us say we Egyptians. I understand where it's coming from because they show you Egyptian culture. They show you the Egyptians' history. You look at the pyramids and all that gold and all that beautiful stuff, which we built Israel, just to let you know. Because we were mathematicians, scientists, doctors, engineers. We still are. Beautiful minds. They just make our minds focus on BS now. Sports, entertainment, not the stuff that we used to do, which a lot of us still do. But that's why a lot of us say we Egyptians, because they show you Egyptian history. But they don't talk about the Israelites. No. Who? Children of Israel? What? Deuteronomy 32:26. I said, I will scatter them into corners. I will make the remembrance of them cease from among men. That's why they don't talk about the Israelites. That doing is from the Most High. I'm going to scatter them. Ain't nobody going to talk about the children of Israel. They're going to forget about them. Psalm 83:2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. We are the hidden ones, children of Israel. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. That's why they don't talk about the children of Israel. The Most High said all the other nations / races of people, oh, they'll fight each other now. But when it comes to fighting the children of Israel, oh, they're going to come together for that. Let's try to kill them. Let's got to destroy them. Let's destroy them mentally, emotionally, physically. The Most High ain't going to let you kill us physically. But emotionally and mentally, yeah, that's why the Most High said till y'all be destroyed. Financially, status-wise, yeah. The Most High said, that's what David was writing in Psalm, they are confederate against us. One consent. That one consent, do not tell them children of Israel who they are. Don't even talk about it. Don't write about it. But the Most High leaves books. He even the Bible. If you just open it up and read it and just don't listen to what people tell you, it's right there. So he don't let them he don't let them destroy the information. He don't let them kill us off. Because he's doing it, but he give you the information to find out who you are. But that's why. That's why you don't hear about the children of Israel, the Israelites. That's why. Because the Most High says he's going to scatter us and to make the remembrance of them cease from among men. People have forgotten about the children of Israel until this awakening that's happened. Baruch 2 and 30, the Most High says he's going to cause us to remember ourselves in the land of our captivity. So that's what you're seeing right now. But that's why. But he said the whole world was going to be against us. Whoa, we got to cut them off so the name of Israel will be no more in remembrance. Do not let them realize who they really are now. Do not let them come together and start worshiping the Most High Lord God only like he told them to. Keep them in idolatry. If you let them get together and start following these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave them and worshiping him only, oh, we can't do that. Because then they take their rightful place as rulers in the world. But the fact of the matter is, the enemy can't stop that because it's all doing of the Most High because he's going to make it back right anyway. Man, these young black men, man, you see these black kids? They don't care about nobody or nothing, bro. This is what I hear. This is because that's what a lot of us say. Man, they wild. They just be crashing out here, bro. They don't care nothing about your life. They don't care nothing about their own lives. They don't care nothing about property. They don't care nothing about anything. Nothing. 2nd Ezra 5 and 8. And mischievous women shall bring forth monsters. That's why they act like monsters out here. That's why. All this is the doing of the Most High. So when I hear black people talk about black people and say these things, this is the why. So instead of always trying to be pissed off and mad at your brother and find reasons to talk about us, each other, even amongst each other, and talk about us to other nations of people, talk about the why. This is the why. These are the whys. Because we hard-headed. Because a lot of us are idolaters. We don't obey the Most High. We don't obey his laws, statutes, and commandments. So this is why we act this way. He's doing it to us. He's causing us to act this way. This is why we treat each other this way. This is why we are shaking of the head and astonishment to everybody else. But astonishment also, hey, like they are amazing. This is why. So when you want to talk about your brother or your sister and you talk about your people, talk about the why. This is the why. We ain't always been this way. We ain't always been this way with one another. Remember before we went into captivity in Egypt, how well we was living in the land of Goshen? Multiplying, living in happiness, together, unified, worshiping the Most High. Even though we was living amongst the Egyptians, we was living, doing our thing. It was only when we were thrown into captivity, now we have to worship the gods of the other nations. That's a curse too. So that's why we act that way towards one another. But the Most High said, we weren't going to agree and come together until this whole punishment, captivity thing is over. But this is why we act this way towards one another. It's a reason. It's a reason. But the Most High also says he loves us now, even though we hard-headed, even the disobedient Israelites. It's a punishment for them. So if he loves them, you supposed to love your brother and your sister too. You ain't got to like them. You ain't got to do what they do. But we also have to understand now there's no individuality amongst the children of Israel. There isn't even any individuality in the other races of people. They may think it is. But the Most High judge us as a family of people. Just like he's going to judge all the other nations slash races as a family of people. So you can't say, well, I ain't the one that did it. They did it. But they in your family of people, correct? So everybody gets judged as the family. We get judged as a family. I keep saying a lot of us were not in idolatry when we were thrown into captivity and scattered. All those captivities we were in, a lot of us were still worshiping and praying to the Most High only. But we have some that was in idolatry. They went hand in hand and wanted to be like the nations around them. So guess what? All of us get a whooping. So just like with other nations slash races, you can keep saying that. Well, I ain't the one that did that to you. But when you read Isaiah 14-21, it tells you prepare slaughter for their children because of the iniquities of their fathers, because of what their fathers did. Because we get judged as a family of people. That's why I say open rebuke is better than secret love. You better tell them. Because I'm going to whoop y'all. Scripture said, for that one man amongst the children of Israel, for that one man, I'm whooping all of y'all. One man or woman, I'm whooping all of y'all. Because you didn't say nothing to them. You didn't try to stop them. You just continue to let them live contrary to how I tell y'all to live. I say that's an abomination. You say, oh, that's cool. That's between you and God. It is between them and God. But we get whooped as a family of people. But this is why we act the way we act. We do the things we do. Now, individually, it's up to you to try to change. But also, I said, the Most High doesn't give everybody understanding. So everybody's not going to get this. And the Most High made a lot of people just to be destroyed. There's a lot of Israelites that are made just to be destroyed. So they're not going to come up out of idolatry. Their eyes are not going to be open. Because the Most High, that's why he says only a remnant, small number, he chooses. Then he's going to populate us again. Seed, righteous seed, come from righteous Israelites. Now, there's not a man on earth that doesn't sin now because we dirty. But I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to clean you up. The ones I love because he has his elect, period. I'm going to clean you up. But those other ones, I made them just for that, so they ain't going to see it. They're going to always be in idolatry. I don't care what you say to them. I don't care what you show them. He said, I'm doing that for a reason. So when I saved every last one of the children of Israel, he said not one of us, not even the wicked one. The scripture said not one of us will be left amongst the Gentiles. He said, I'm gonna save all of y'all. Then when I take y'all to the land before y'all go up, then I'm gonna purge out the rebels amongst y'all. Then when I see all of y'all here as a family, welcome, seed of Jacob. Now you wicked ones, come here. You idolaters, come here. That's what he said. I'm going to plead with y'all in the wilderness. Then I'm going to purge out the rebels from amongst y'all. So we'll see that judgment. Be like, oh, my gosh, I'm glad I took this route. I'm glad I stayed true to the Most High. I'm glad I ain't fall for that idolatry. I'm glad I ain't follow all them dudes in them costumes on the corner screaming about idolatry. Talking about a savior when the scripture strictly says the Most High is the only savior. But forget that word. They like to listen to Paul or the idol. Who's written. When Paul said he keeps a messenger of Satan with him, he was delivering people up to Satan. See, the Most High controls that too. Because that New Testament is really just some made up stuff. But, that's another conversation. But anyway, this is why we act the way we act. This is why we say the things we say. This is why, Israel. Shalom.